Hello everyone, and today I am in Gyeongju. I came down yesterday as a little bit of a last-minute spontaneous trip. I wanted to go see the cherry blossoms, and it seems like I've lucked out and I came here just at the right time. I'm staying by the lake, and the cherry blossoms aren't in full bloom right now, but they are coming, and there is another area that my taxi driver told me about, so I'm gonna be going to that later.
This was my first time to Gyeongju, and I've been wanting to come here for quite a while. It's an old city that often gets referred to as basically being a big open museum. I started out at one of the oldest historical sites, Bulguksa Temple. It's been around since the 8th century, and it's quite a bit larger than a lot of the other temples that I've visited here in Korea. It also has quite a few national treasures. The Seokguram and Daereungwon pagodas are rather unique, as most temples usually don't have more than one pagoda. There's also an area with a number of small rock pagodas that people have completed. It's believed that when someone builds one, their wish is granted. Another highlight of the temple is the famous stone steps. Korean middle schoolers are often quizzed on these steps in class, as images of them are used in national treasure recognition tests. It's a really lovely area to walk around, and about 3 kilometers away is Seokguram Grotto. While technically it is part of Bulguksa, it feels a bit like a guy who's 39 years old with a part-time job who lives in a guest house at their parents' place, and they refer to them as landlords, but everybody knows the truth. And yeah, he's a nice guy, but seriously, get it together, man. Mom and dad are sick of it, and they want you to go out and do your own thing. I'm just kidding, of course. Seokguram is a cool spot, and it doesn't take long to visit, but you're probably going to want to take a car to get up there, as it's at the top of the mountain. It's most well known for having a famous Buddha statue, which unfortunately I can't show you because it's behind an enclosure and they don't allow cameras inside. So if you're really curious, Google image search is your best friend. And while you're there, if you're so inclined, there's a large gong that you can ring if you pony up 1,000 won. It's actually harder to figure out how much force you need to put into ringing it, and that's totally not an excuse for me. I swear, I eat my Wheaties, damn it. After sunset, I went to Donggung Palace Wolji Pond. I heard it was better at night, and I'm inclined to believe the people who told me that. Apparently the upper echelon of the Silla era used to party here, and I can see why. The cherry blossoms make for a really nice backdrop to the pond. If you come here at night like I did, consider bringing a jacket. I heard from some people who live here that they tend to get a cold snap right when the cherry blossoms bloom. Also keep in mind that this place closes at 10 o'clock. After catching a night of sleep and waking up to the sunrise, I decided to make a walk along the lake so that I could go up to a tower that I had seen in the distance when I was driving back from Bulguksa Temple.
Hwangnyongwon is apparently just a training center that is not open for sightseeing. A simple Google search would have saved me the trouble of going, but that is perfectly fine.
While it would have been nice to go up to the top of the tower to an observation deck, it's not really what I came here for. I wanted to see some actual historical sites, which is what I decided to go do next.
This is the Cheomseongdae Observatory. It was built at some point in the 7th century. It is known for being the oldest astronomical observatory in all of Asia. It's believed that people would take a ladder and go up through this hole, and then they would take another ladder to get up top. It's believed that it was also used for some religious purposes and forecasting the nation's future and for agricultural stuff. So very, very important site, obviously. There's also some tombs nearby that we're gonna go visit. There's a whole bunch of cherry blossoms in the background. I don't know how well you can see them. There are a lot of the tombs nearby. We're gonna go visit some of those tombs. They remind me quite a bit of the Chocolate Hills in Bohol in the Philippines, which I have another video coming out on that.
Gyeongju isn't a large city, and a lot of the historical sites are located pretty close to one another, which is nice since the public transportation system here is, let's just say it's lacking. It's a place where you're probably better off getting a taxi if you need to go somewhere. There's a lot of walkability here, and as you're going from location to location, you'll probably notice that flying kites is a pretty popular pastime here. I'm not sure if there's some sort of kite cartel that has the city hooked, but I know someone is making some sweet money off the people here. Throughout the city are these large mounds, which turned out to be tombs from the Silla era. I initially thought that the height and overall size of the tombs might somehow be linked to how important the person buried there was, but it turns out that size is irrelevant. Which is great since my fiance always tells me that size doesn't matter and I shouldn't be ashamed because of a small little mound. The main area for these tombs is Daereungwon, which has 23 of these burial mounds. You may see some people wearing traditional Korean clothing, and it's a great place for a stroll and to take some pictures. Most of the site is free unless you want to go into a tomb, the most famous of which is Cheonmachong, which costs 1,500 won to enter. The site was excavated, and now you can see original stone walls that were built inside, as well as numerous artifacts that have been excavated throughout the years. After this, I went to grab a bite to eat, and I waited for sunset. Walked around the city a little bit more, and then I went to my last spot.
This is the Woljunggo Bridge. It is the last thing that I wanted to see while I was here. I wanted to catch it for sunset, which I was lucky enough to do, so I am going to go ahead and finish up and do that. I hope you enjoyed watching the cherry blossoms with me and exploring this beautiful city. If you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe, or don't, it's up to you, but I'm gonna wrap up here and then I'm gonna head back to Seoul. I will see you next time. Goodbye.